Artificial intelligence updates, March 21. A lot of updates, and well, this week was St. Patrick's Day, so there was a parade in New York, and let's dive into the updates. So first of all, Manus AI, this Chinese framework which caused so much discussions and copying. So Manus from the word manual, so like by hand. It's autonomous agent which under the hood uses a regular model. They were using Claude 3.5 and testing 3.7, and also used versions of Alibaba Qwen, and also used different tools under the hood to work with computer, different things. Here's the list: browser use, file system operations, shell and command line execution, knowledge and data, and other capabilities. So they didn't train any models. They just took some existing models and interconnected them with some tools, and the result, we have autonomous system which runs on the cloud. You ask it to do something, and then later you return and see that it's finished the job and provided you with the result. So Manus operates as a multi-agent system, meaning it integrates various AI models to handle tasks autonomously. The architecture includes planning, memory components, tool execution, asynchronous operation, runs in the cloud. Okay, there are also multiple examples of how people achieve the same functionality. A good example is Open Manus, so it's on GitHub and a fast-growing project. So you don't need Manus, you can just download from GitHub and use it. Okay, Baidu, Ernie X1 and 4.5. Well, Baidu is like Chinese Google. It's a big company, and they released models which, first of all, beats O3, R1, and Sonnet 3.7, but it's 100 times cheaper. It's amazing. Well, it is on Chinese market, so there are two different models, and yeah. Next is, of course, a big event this week. The whole week was Nvidia GTC, which stands for GPU Technology Conference. It was in San Jose, California. And on second day, on Tuesday, there was a keynote presentation by CEO Jensen Huang, which was a very good presentation, and you can find multiple summaries on YouTube, which I recommend you to watch. So many things, but first of all, Vera Rubin. I already spoke previously. Vera Rubin was a famous astronomer who discovered black matter, dark matter, whatever. So Vera will be CPU and Rubin will be GPU. And Vera has 176 threads, 88 cores, and Rubin GPU, they like put Rubin Ultra together, two chips, up to 50 petaflops, can calculate with the 4-bit precision. You see, Nvidia is doing this. They started with high precision, 16, then 8, now 4. 288 gigabytes of high bandwidth memory. Please confirm that you can hear me. Hello?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, good. So Vera Rubin NVL 566 system, it's basically a rack with multiple boards, and well, it has, oh gosh, you see 12,000 cores, 25,000 threads, 576 GPUs, exaflops of performance in one rack. So it's quite amazing. And this is how the rack looks. So this is the human, a very famous human actually. So another thing is this is like history line. So in 22, Hopper started. Hopper series. Then in last year, Blackwell. Now Blackwell is in full production. This is like the main chip, the main systems they sell, GB200, GB100. And then this year it was Blackwell Ultra, which is GB300. And then next year will be Rubin, then Rubin Ultra, and then Feynman. Oh, okay, Richard Feynman. So what else? GRoot N1, foundation model for humanoid robotics, thinking fast and thinking slow. There are different models working together. Nvidia Llama Nematron. So Nvidia Nematron, it's not new, but the new versions are reasoning models, and they have nano, super, and ultra models of different sizes, 8B, 49B, 253B, as usual claiming that even 49B outperforms R1. Like DeepSeek R1 model was introduced on like January 20th, so it's about 2 months ago, and immediately everybody tried to beat it, and like now like absolutely everyone beats R1 with much smaller models. Okay, two smaller computers. One is this small one, which is called DGX Spark. Formerly they call it Project Digits. So it has a GPU, it has 128 gigabyte of memory, cost about $3,000, like really small. And this big one, I couldn't find the price. It probably will be somewhere between 60 and 100,000, also depending on the specs. But it has 784 gigabyte of memory. So it's quite powerful desktop to have under your desk or on your desk. Please mute yourself. Somebody is not muted. Okay. Next, PC agent. This is really great. So first of all, this is done by Chinese researchers from multiple universities, labs, well, also Alibaba Group here. You see Beijing, whatever. And look at this table. So PC agent line is on the bottom. Look at SR stands for success rate. So these are different models, and this is this PC agent. So much higher success rate on different tasks, both single agent and, well, it is multi-agent. So active perception module, hierarchical multi-agent collaboration, and reflection-based dynamic decision making. So they created the framework, and now you can plug different models into it, and they published it. So this is arXiv paper, and this is GitHub. So this is, I think, big thing. Next is Mistral. And Mistral, you know, it's a French company. They're very good. They come up with something called Mistral Small, which has only 24 billion parameters. Of course, it was already quantized, put on Llama. You can download and run it in Llama. Just make sure that first you update Llama to the latest version. And it is open source, Apache 2.0. I tried it. It's really fast. They say it's reasoning, multimodal, multilingual, outperformed Gemma 3, GPT-4o, Mini, Claude 3.5 Haiku. It is really good, and it is really fast. Yeah, and the fact that it's multimodal and multilingual is very good, right? So this is how to run it in under Llama. Because it's so small, it can easily run with just one video card. You just take standard 24 gigabyte card, RTX 4090, maybe even 3090, I don't know. Well, if you have Mac with 32 gigabyte, no problem, you will run this model. 128 kilotokens context length, which is very good. 150 tokens per second. Well, on my laptop, of course, it's not that fast, but it is fast. It is agent-centric, so function calling, JSON output, advanced reasoning. Okay, great thing. Before that, just last week we spoke about Google Gemma 3, and now just a few days later we have Mistral, which is smaller and better. Amazing. Miscellaneous updates. Anthropic Claude can now search the web, and I already used it. So I was asking questions like, what was the weather yesterday? Or I think it was weather yesterday in New York or something, and who has won the latest Super Bowl, whatever, which requires to know about recent events. And yes, it was answering, which is great. I love Claude. Automate, AI-powered local automation tool. So it's open source, free alternative to Manus. Well, as I told, there are multiple alternatives to Manus, which is a multi-agent autonomous system. Chitu, open source LLM inference framework from China. Look here, 300 times faster while using 50% less CPU, less GPU. Like what I love about this whole AI industry, that progress goes in not by 5 or 10%, but like hundreds percent. Every week something happens. Can effectively run on Chinese chips. You know, there is a ban forbidding to sell latest Nvidia chips to China, but this framework allows to run on a weaker chips successfully. So this is done by a startup which is based from university. So you can read these links. I will send, and it's already uploaded on GitHub. OpenAI O1 Pro. So OpenAI released this model, which is very expensive. It is $150 per million tokens in and 600 out, like really, really expensive. Well, they say that it's better, and also they give it more time to think, and the more it thinks, the better the result. So it's twice the price of GPT 4.5, which was already expensive, and 10 times the price of O1. So this is how you can access it. It is using more complete compute to think harder. Early reviews weren't very positive though. The model is only slightly better. It struggles with Sudoku puzzles, fails on simple optical illusions. So yeah, well, it is expensive. Now, Google bought Wiz. Wiz was founded by former Israeli military. It does security tools for data centers, and it is in New York since 2020. And yeah, $32 billion. This is the largest acquisition Google ever made. And it just confirms that AI and data security are two hottest trends. Now, Llama have reached 1 billion downloads. So Llama is the most popular in terms of number of downloads. Meta Llama. Next, OpenAI also released new AI audio models. There is an audio to audio model which does audio to audio directly, which is faster than when you try to do audio to text and then text to audio. So it understands intonations, accents, emotion, and when replying, it also can use this. It's available via API, Voice Agents SDK, 70% cheaper than 11 Labs. They also have models which doing transcribing. So these are the links for these new things. Okay, next. Qodo, aka Codium, is not Codeium. Yes, I made this mistake. I didn't understand that these are different things, and somebody corrected me. So, Qodo and Codium, which is windsurf. So, Qodo comes from quality and code. So this is a system, well, both are coding assistants, but they have different accents. So Qodo is about quality testing review process, quality first approach, whereas Codium, which is Windsurf editor, is mostly code completion and generation, short pieces of code, numerous programming languages, very, very fast. Both have free versions and also monthly fee, maybe $90 or $15 per user per month. Okay. QWQ went open source. So this is the model which on the level of DeepSeek R1. DeepSeek R1 is 670 something billion parameters. So this is like 20 times smaller and on the same level. So you see red is Qwen and blue is DeepSeek. 671 billion. And you see that basically they're very, very similar, sometimes Qwen even better. So it's a reasoning specialized model within Qwen series, 32 billion parameters, mid-sized, competes with top-tier reasoning like DeepSeek or O1 Mini. Another thing is Alpha XIV. So what it is, it's a website where you can look at the articles, you can discover them, find them, discuss, read the articles. Now they added OCR to read PDFs, can generate summaries using Claude 3.7. So this is very good. And if you have a link to an article, you can just change arXiv to alphaXiv. The rest, the number for the article, just keep it the same, and you will see this article in this website. Okay, SmolDocling, ultra compact OCR model. So it's amazing. This model has only 256 million parameters, less than a billion, but it does very good job, and it's comparable to the result of models which are like 20, 30 times bigger. So this is very powerful small OCR. And next, R1 Searcher and Search R1. So both coming from China. Here, this GitHub and arXiv and links. So reinforcement learning based framework for enhancing LLM search capabilities. And Search R1 training LLMs to reason and leverage search engine with reinforcement learning. Both are similar, but these are separate projects. Next, models double their skills every 7 months. This is interesting paper. So they collected some statistics, and you see this straight line. So we have length, how long a human takes to perform a task, as along with the year when computers, I mean the AI models, were able to do the same thing, right? So they estimate, they take best AI models and they achieved something like perform the task with 50% reliability, right? And it's compared with how long it will take a human professional to do the same thing. So in 2019, it was 3 seconds. So AI could do a task which human would take 3 seconds. 22, 1 minute. Now it's about 1 hour. And if you like extrapolate projections, in 28 it will be 1 day, and in 30 it will be 1 month. Well, maybe, although it may go exponential on us, so it may be much faster. Cohere Command A, 111 billion dense model. So artificial analysis intelligence, index of 40, close to OpenAI GPT-4o, 256K context window, which is very good, 185 tokens per second, very fast. Reasonable price, available on Hugging Face for research, commercially available from Cohere. This is the link. Meta transformers without normalization. So this is an article from Meta, Facebook. Jan LeCun actually was delivering talks about it, and I think it's on Twitter. There are multiple links here. The article. So dynamic TAN, you see, dynamic TAN, this is how it's called. So transformers without normalization internally, and because you don't do normalization, less calculations, so doesn't need extra calculations or tuning, can work with images, language, supervised learning, and self-supervised learning. Okay, so there's a new version of transformers, which is on the same level, but I guess faster because it doesn't require that many calculations. A Gemini embedding, universal embedding model that maintains high quality across languages. So this is the article. Well, embedding is a very important area, right? How you convert something, words, sentences, images to vectors. Next, Google Gems, personalized versions of Gemini. So it was introduced in August of last year for paid programmers. Frequent use, translators, prompt engineers, math tutors, copywriters. It can now reference a set of files, up to 10 files, and there are pre-made gems like marketing insights, sales pitch, ideator, hiring consultant. Well, basically, it's a custom agent to perform certain function. So Google call them Google Gems, and here are some links. CODI, a self-distillation framework for efficient and scalable chain of thought reasoning in LLMs. Oh, I wanted to write more here, but sorry. Okay, Allen Institute for AI, AI2, released yet another model, Olmo 32B. Well, this organization always create models which are completely open. So data, training, final result, everything is open, fully open model. It beats GPT 3.5 and GPT 4.0, and so these are the links. Well, it's not record-breaking, but it's completely open. And this is the graph showing flops versus average performance. And you see the Olma is like beating many other models for the same flops. Okay, Agent S2 from similar.ai. So it's an open, modular, scalable framework for computer use. Computer use agents. What does it mean, computer use? This means that agent can see your screen, can click mouse, do operations in your browser. And yeah, so this is the agent. Next is in Google Gemini. This is actually a screen from my computer because I have paid version Gemini Advanced and I can use it. So you can click here when you're asking a question on the prompt. You can click on Canvas, and then here I ask it to write some Python code, and it wrote it here on the right. I also was asking it to write JavaScript code, and it would show the JavaScript code here, and you can see the code or you can see the preview, and you may have some active elements like drop-down menus or whatever. It all works. I also tried to write diagrams, and diagrams didn't work well. So with Mermaid. Mermaid is a JavaScript library to do diagrams, so it didn't work well. But so it's not as good as what we have in Anthropic Claude, but well, it is a step in the right direction. Next, 12 rules to vibe code without frustration. I actually really like this list of steps, and one of the things which I like is don't ask it to do the whole thing all at once. Ask it first to give you a plan, to explain what it will do, then you correct it, you go back and forth, and then after you have a very detailed plan which you agree, only then you tell it to write code, and don't ask it to write the whole code, split it in pieces, add testing to it, you see test after every change, revert, and so on. So this is a very good set of advice how to code with large language models. Next, and I really love this, this is the latest robot from Boston Dynamics, Atlas, and it can do gymnastics. It can do cartwheel or handstands or run or walk or crawl or do like breakdancing or do push-ups. So it's absolutely amazing. So here are the links on YouTube. Next is in-browser graph with Kuzu WASM. So it's a graph. It's graph RAG, I guess. But anyway, yes, it's a graph RAG. Sorry. The idea is that you using WebAssembly for speed, you're using a standard model. So they were running Llama with 8 billion parameters, 4-bit digitized. Yeah, so this is great. So you have a RAG system running completely in the browser. Next, about RAG. I remember a year ago, a consulting project to put together a RAG system, which be like $100,000, whatever. I spoke to a friend who said he just spoke with a consulting company. They gave him price of 500,000. Then they decreased reluctantly to 100,000. But here you just go and search, like for example on Upwork, people will put together a rack system for you for $200 in 2 days, because these are all like a Lego set, standard pieces. You connect them, maybe 300, maybe 400, maybe more, depending like on the task, how many documents and how complicated it is, and what level of accuracy you want. But it became commodity. Next, everyone offers AI agent studios. The most recent example is Oracle. They just come up with AI agent studio on their cloud. But I started to make a list of different platforms which offer something like that. And you see the list which I put together in maybe like 10 minutes, but you can increase it like 2 times, 3 times, like everybody. Like, why? What is this framework or studio? Well, when you want to put a multi-agent system, it's not just the large language models, it's how they cooperate and how they work with your overall corporate environment. So usually, typically, you get agent template libraries, agent team orchestrations, so set up multiple agents to work alongside people, checkpoints, approvals, how you extend agents. There are different applications, adding documents, tools, prompts, which large language models to choose. Usually systems provide like a set of already integrated models, or you can use some external ones. Native integration with vendor platform, like for example, if it is Oracle, it already has integrations with Oracle. And if you're talking about Microsoft, of course, it will be integrated into Microsoft Azure Cloud. Third-party system integration, trust and security framework, validation and testing tools. So all this together you usually get, whether you go to Google AI Studio or Microsoft or OpenAI or whatever. So this is common trend. Everybody is offering their own quote quote studio and provide this well, and help you to build your applications using AI. Next is crowdsourced arena at comparing different models. It was updated yesterday. And so you see the results. Well, not much changes. Grok still on the first place. Yellow is OpenAI. Red is Gemini, Google. Green is open source. So the best open source is DeepSeek, right? A lot of Chinese models. Cohere, Command A, so in both of those lists. Gemma, which is 27 billion parameter from Google. You see it's also here, very high, which is good. Interesting that Claude didn't make it in the English queries, but it made in the coding. Well, maybe these models better, although like my experience with OpenAI is not that good. I mean, in my experience, Claude is better, but Claude is definitely better in debugging, understanding the problem, like going back and forth to eventually like solve the problem. Anyway, so these are the lists. Next, layoffs. So now it's March, and you compare March last year. So we see less layoffs, although month is not over yet. Another thing has nothing to do with AI, but I just wanted to show it to you. In China, they started to produce electrical vehicles at a price of 13,000 euros, which is very, very cheap. And this is coming from Toyota. Well, it's a joint venture, Toyota and CAG. And yeah, so this is great. Now, okay, this is me, and thank you.